Hello Gemini, thank you for joining me today. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all well wherever you are. Gemini, this is going to be your Fairy Oracle reading for January going into February 2021. I've pre-shuffled the Fairy Oracle cards, so I'll just do a final shuffle now. It is a general reading, Gemini, so it won't fully resonate with all of you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else. So Gemini, we've got the heart of your reading, which is a situation or your energy or a combination of both. And then what the challenges are to that. What's in your power ×2, and then a possible outcome based upon the guidance within the rest of the reading, and then just something else that the energies would like to say to you, which may or may not be connected to the rest of the reading. And at the bottom of the deck we have he of the Faery sword, and this is very much like the Ace of Swords in ordinary tarot. But here with the Faery sword, this is about great strength coming down, strength and courage, grasping the sword, grasping the metal if you like, cutting away that which is no longer serving you any longer, ready for something new that's coming in. Alright, so we'll just put that to one side at the moment. We'll have a quick look at the cards on the table, and then I will be asking for clarifying cards, but we'll have a little look first of all at what's on the table. So we have Lon the poet at the heart of your reading. Beautiful energy for you, Gemini. Lon the poet, he's a very he's a romanticizing, romantic, youthful energy. People around Lon the poet can think that he's switched off, but just a dreamer. However, it's a lot more than that. He thinks deeply about what he's seeing and looking at, and perhaps reading. What really sparks Lon the poet is, as it says on the tin, it's poetry, it's words, it's writing, it's putting is writing words down, creating stories, putting meaning, writing meaning down that makes sense, if you like. But it's writing in all its forms, it's poetry. This is what sparks Lon the poet. And I feel this has come out right at the heart of your reading, Gemini. So I think we're going to get a clarifier in a minute, but I feel this is your energy at the moment, this is your current energy. So for some of you, it will be what's sparking you, will be about your writing, stories, poetry, making sense of that which you are observing, if you like, and helping others to make sense of that. But for others of you, it could be something else. It could be something else. So let's see where we're going. So the challenges to this, we've got Indy. Now, Indy is a very wishy-washy energy, very difficult. Indy finds it very difficult making up her mind about things. Just when she feels she's on the verge of making a decision, then she realises, but what about this? So, you know, so you can see Indy's holding this huge sphere in front of her, and she's sort of almost deciding, yes, that's what's to go for. But then she's aware she's holding a smaller sphere just behind her, so she's always going to be looking at that. So it's very difficult for Indy to make her mind up about things, to focus on something. And so this is the challenge, this wishy-washy, indecisive energy that may also be around at this moment for you, Gemini. So that's a challenge for you when thinking about Lon the poet energy. So what's in your power at the moment? We have Glominous Loom. What's going on here, Gemini? Right, Gloominous Loom is very much, his glass is half empty. He sees the negative in things, and you know, he's got this sort of dark cloud over the top of him all the time. So you know, he fears the worst. He fears the worst. So we'll get a clarifier in a minute, but this is in your power position, so it'd be interesting to see what the clarifying card is that's coming out for you. Now, what else is in your power? The Singer of Connection. So this is about connections, internal connections, different aspects of yourself coming together to make you stronger. And we've already had here of the Faery Sword, haven't we, which is about strength, autonomy, control, taking control of situations. All right, so here we have the Singer of Connection, so inner stability, inner connections, but also this can be about external connections, connecting with others, you know, connecting with others to make ourselves stronger. You know, we can be stronger by connecting with others, can't we? Others who share our views, share our values. So this is making good, strong connections. So they've got inner connection, but then also stepping out to make other connections, stronger connections, but connections that fit with you, Gemini. Now, a possible outcome here is the Oak Men. The Oak Men are, these deliver ancient wisdom. They are protector of the young. They shelter the young, they advise the young. The young come to the Oak Men for guidance, advice and protection sometimes. So in this outcome position for you at this time, Gemini, this is about drawing on ancient wisdom, perhaps ancestral wisdom, drawing up from the roots of who you are, of what you know. And the face, it's such a wise old face, isn't it? There's lots of knowledge and wisdom behind those eyes there. So it could be stepping out, finding connections to draw on their wisdom, perhaps. Or it could be drawing on your own ancestral connections and wisdom. So I'll just pop that back for a minute. But beautiful energies here. And then something else the universe wants to say to you. Well, we have Laguna here. Laguna is the fairy queen. She is half frog, as you can see. Her lower half is frog, and her upper half is fairy. So she's equally comfortable whether she's in the undergrowth, rooting around in the leaves, in the damp undergrowth, which is the ideal habitat for a frog, or if she's when she leaps, if she lands in the trees, in the flowers, up in the air, she's equally comfortable there. So Laguna, as you can see here, she's perched on top of a toadstool, getting ready to take a leap. She wants to take a leap, have an adventure. And she doesn't mind where she lands because she's comfortable wherever she lands. All right, so this is just something else the universe and the earth energies want to say to you, Gemini. So let's see. Let's get some clarifying cards here. So I'm just going to put here with the Faery Sword to one side at the moment. And let's do a final shuffle. So could we clarify the cards on the table, please, for Gemini? January going into February 2021. And clarify the cards on the table, please. And at the bottom of the deck this time, that's interesting because this card Lace Moon's daughter was before underneath he of the fairy sword. Right, I noticed it underneath. So here we are, come out again. Now, Lace Moon's daughter, this is about shedding light on something. This is shedding light on something. Lighting up the way, making you more aware of something perhaps. Revealing something that needs revealing. Okay, so I'll just put that back down again. Now at the heart of the reading, Gemini, we had Lom the poet, didn't we, which we've talked about. Well, the clarifier there is fairies of the future. So this is definitely, you can see Lom the poet looking to the future. The fairies of the future are looking to the future. So this is about being mindful of what's gone in the past, being mindful of that, but now making plans for going forward. And it may well be making plans for going forward and to do with whatever it is that is really sparking your interest now. The challenge was indeed the wishy-washy energy. Yes, and we have Mike the My Answer. So Mike the My Answer is very lost in his own world, if you like. Thinking about the past, thinking about perhaps, memories from the past. He's looking to the past. He's also looking at Indy, the wishy-washy energy. But the problem is, you see the little faces in the ivy all around him, and these are little messages. These are little signs and symbols that are trying to get his attention, to let him know about something. So at the moment it's very subtle. It's almost hidden, and you see, because he's very preoccupied in his own world, he's not noticing the signs and symbols that are there. However, the problem with that is that if he doesn't lift his attention and look for these signs, something that's trying to tell him something, then they will start to shout louder in perhaps a different way to make sure that they get his attention. So in the challenge, this is a challenge for you at this time, Gemini, perhaps being preoccupied, feeling a little bit, can't make your mind up about something and being preoccupied, but the signs and messages around that are trying to help you with this situation. But this is a challenge at this time. Now, in your power, we had Luminous Loom. Okay, so the clarifier here is Lady of the Harvest. And the reason for some of you that you're feeling like Luminous Loom, that you're fearing the worst, that your glass half empty energy, it's because of some form of a loss. Some cycle around you is completing. No more growth, no more harvest. So there's that sense of sadness, a sense of loss. Whatever it means, it'll be something different for all of you, Gemini, but it's this energy, it's this completion of something that is causing you to have Luminous Loom, fearful thoughts, basically, to do with whatever this is. So because it's in your power position, I feel what it's saying is, it is within your power to lift your energy, to not allow the Lady of the Harvest and Luminous Loom, not allow those energies to keep you down, to block your ability to see everything else that's happening around you. And I think if we think about Make My Answer, looking to the past, memories of the past, preoccupied with something from the past, and his need to lift his change his perspective about something. So and that's why it's a challenge for you, because of some form of a loss, some form of an ending, a completion of a cycle of some sort, that's got you stuck in the shadows, if you like, in a bit of a negative energy. This is just for some of you, Gemini. It won't resonate with all of you. Now, what else is in your power? Well, we have the Singer of Connection, didn't we? Which is about making connections, making strong connections, externally and within yourself. You know, to make things to bring in more autonomy and control and cohesiveness. I feel that's the word I was looking for things to feel more cohesive for you, and to perhaps to get support as well. If you're thinking about Luminous Loom and the Lady of the Harvest, it's perhaps that it's a time of reaching out to get more support at this time, because we have the fairy godmother here. And the fairy godmother is very much, she gives unconditionally. And she's come forward to offer something. She wants to bring in joy and optimism. She's very nurturing energy, a feminine nurturing energy, and very supportive. So she wants to bring this forward for you at this time. So, you know, so far as making the stronger connections for support, and that's clearly why the fairy godmother has come forward, wanted to connect and help you with making these connections. Gemini, beautiful energy. The fairy godmother is also about wish fulfillment. You know, what is it you're wishing for and hoping for and wanting? So, you know, making that wish. Gemini. And then in the outcome we had the Oakman, about ancient wisdom, drawing on the roots of your ancient wisdom. And we have Iris of the Rainbows. Now, so Iris of the Rainbows, part of her is facing the past. She has her foot on a bubble of the past, resting on Laguna, the the fairy, half frog, half fairy queen there. But so half of her is facing the past, but half of she's starting to turn, because there's a fairy here, or a cherub, that's giving her a rainbow blessing in her hand. Good fortune, rainbow blessings, new opportunities. And she is looking at that, at the rainbow, looking at what's on offer. But she is still sort of got her foot protectively on this bubble in the past. But we have a little fairy here with the bow and arrow, and it's just about to shoot it to burst this bubble. So, you know, you're not going to linger in the past for too much longer. So, you know, you're not going to allow these energies to hang around and to keep you down and hold you back for too much longer, because there's something more positive coming in, new opportunities, new blessings coming in. And this is in connection with the Oakmen, so drawing on your inner wisdom, your intuition perhaps, drawing up from the roots. And I feel you've got the younger generation looking on, perhaps very mindful of a situation, but seeing how you're managing that, and perhaps the younger generation coming to you for advice to do with a certain situation, Gemini. But you do have opportunities and blessings coming in once you're able to let go of whatever it is that's holding you back at this time. And I feel quite possibly that's why here the fairy sword has come down for you, to bring you that strength, and to help you to cut away that which is holding you back. So what the universe and the earth energies wanted to say to you, well, we had Laguna, the frog princess, the fairy queen, Geo the slow. So what the energies want to say to you, that probably at this time you're nestled down. And I think a lot of us can resonate with that, can't we, Gemini? That it's locked down, that there's not a lot happening. We're nestled into the ivy, watching the world go by. So it's about just doing that, trying to be as content as possible. However, while you're in that energy, Gemini, you've also have the Laguna energy. So you can use this time wisely to prepare for the next leap, the next adventure going forward. So a time of preparation and anticipation. I'm just going to ask for 2 more messages for you, Gemini, from the Earth Spirit Oracle cards. So could we have 2 more messages to round this reading up, please, for Gemini? 2 more messages, please, for Gemini. For January going into February. What is it that Gemini needs to know, be aware of, just to round this reading up? So we have love, compassion. I do feel with this card that you can see this hand here reaching up, and the hand coming down. So somebody's going to be reaching out for you, out to you, for help and support in some area, Gemini. And you're going to be offering that support, that love and support, to whoever is going to be reaching out to you. Okay, we've already had the fairy godmother and the singer of connection. So again, this is somebody offering unconditional love and regard, and it's a connection. Okay. And we have wolf instinct. This is using your instincts in this situation. So we've had the Oakman, haven't we, with his drawing on ancient wisdom, which is not that dissimilar to this wolf instinct, drawing up from the roots of your own innate knowledge and understanding, Gemini. I mean, you are a very wise sign, and very much of the mind, ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. So it's not a surprise that wolf spirit has come out for you. The wolf spirit of using your instincts. You may be a lone wolf. You may feel at times that you're out there on your own, thinking the way that you think, using and drawing on your instincts and intuition. But sometimes it's about coming away from the crowd, isn't it? As the wolf comes away from the pack to check out their boundaries and surroundings. Sometimes have to go in search of food or a mate in some situations. But yes, so this is very much about using your intuition and your instinct with a certain situation, Gemini. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I've certainly enjoyed doing the reading for you, for whoever it's meant for, and I hope it's given you some clarity and perhaps support with whatever your situation is. But good luck going forward, Gemini, and I hope you can join me again in the future. Bye bye for now.